Yeah. Yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? We'll wait a little bit further, see if we can get some people to come in. Oh man, this event has been a disaster, let me tell you. What an absolute atrocity it's been. It's a shame too, because this game has so much potential, man. But they just seem to not give the global side very much love and attention. Hey Nathan, what's going on? Good to see you back. How you been doing? Man, like I tell you, dude, it's kind of discouraging. It's just really discouraging, man. Like overall, when you see an event like this, just kind of the ball dropped on, it's just like, man, it's crazy. Evertail, yeah, Evertail is. I have not played Evertail in a really long time, honestly. I log in and I do Lucky Fountain and sort of maintain it, but all Evertail seems to do is just release characters and no actual substance to the game. So, yeah, I can't really. Even making content for that game has gotten boring, so I could imagine playing the game itself is boring. I've been doing good though. I really do enjoy Final Gear. I think it's probably worth trying out. You might like it. I think it's miles better, even with the current disaster that's going on with this event. I think it's miles better than Evertale. There's a lot more to do in the game for sure, but like right now, currently, there's a lot of fatigue going on with Final Gear, and I don't think it bodes well really for the game because like how to explain it, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of attention for global side, and I think that's eventually going to cause people not to want to like buy into the game. Hey Benson, yeah, definitely the UI is not for everyone. I find the UI very clunky, and I think I've gotten used to it mostly, and the auto does help once you kind of figure out how to set things up. But yeah, the UI in this game is kind of atrocious. Like, it's not good. I agree. Like, it's like a big barrier to entry with this game for sure. But overall, I think it's a good game. I think it has a lot of potential, and you know, they need to just kind of start showing some support for the global side. Otherwise, I can see the global servers just kind of being less and less populated. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But you know, if it does, we'll just pick up and play another game. I've been looking at Awakened Chaos, I think it is. It's actually pretty fun. The gameplay reminds me a lot of Epic 7 a little bit. Like the gameplay itself is kind of like Epic 7, and then it has like a lot of other like idle elements to it from other games, like maybe Raid Shadow Legends. I hate to mention that, but a lot of the UI elements kind of seem between Raid and Epic 7. It's pretty interesting. But I think if you're looking to try Final Gear out, it's a good time to try it out. I mean, you can get a lot of free crystals as a free to play player up front. Okay, so make sure you don't waste your crystals. That's the one bad thing that makes this game not very free to play friendly, because they don't properly convey how important it is to get custom mechs and things like that. So it's not enough to just get the pilot. You have to save about 19,000 crystals to get the custom mech and the pilot, and it's very, very important. Yo. Good to see you here. How's it going, man? Good to see you here. How you been doing? Yeah, I saw that ML Sirmia is coming out in Epic 7. I haven't played Epic 7 in almost a year. I still have an account. I think it's level 65 there. I'm not sure. But that looks interesting. I try to play Epic 7 every now and then. Like, I do. I try, and I just can't get into it. I think it might be the gear grind. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's weird. Hey Shadow, how's it going, man? Yeah, Evertale players watching. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I would love to cover Evertale. I would, but it just there's no content to cover, and I gotta be honest, it's really boring just doing character reviews to a game that provides no content for the characters they release. But yeah, I gotta say, man, I do enjoy Final Gear. I think it's great, but they gotta do something about this event. I have been stuck on this event for a week, and I don't think I would consider myself a whale, but maybe I am in this game. I think it's a little bit relative, but I have definitely spent money in the game, so you know, when stuff like this happens, it discourages you from going forward and stuff like that. Like the Christmas event in this game was great. I got almost 2200 or 2300 crystals from it. I cleared like 23 floors without really spending any money. I didn't spend any money on the Christmas event. So I mean, that was nice, but like this event right here, like it's crazy. I've been stuck on here forever, and no end in sight so far. Oh, the new Callan. I don't know how, like, I haven't caught too much of Evertail, but I did see like it looked like another kind of lolly. Am I wrong about that? I'm not sure, but yeah, it's kind of sad that they just keep releasing like lewd and just I mean, waifu collecting is great, right? But you got to have substance to the game. Yeah, Nathan, definitely save, right? That's the name of the game in every gacha, and the same in Final Gear. And I think that caused a lot of fatigue with players because they didn't realize that how important custom mechs are, and they got a bunch of pilots, and then their account power was low, and then as a free-to-play player, you know, it takes a really long time to recover if you waste resources. But that's, you know, that's the name of the game with every gacha game. How bad is the new Callan, by the way, Yo-Yo? Like, how bad is it? I really haven't paid attention, if I'm being honest. Whale arc. No, I wouldn't consider myself a whale. Like, where is it at? I can show you. Like I've gotten round 7 here, so I mean, I've definitely put money in the game. Some people would consider it whaling. I wouldn't consider it whaling, because this has been over the course of like, you know, 4 months that I've spent it. I usually just get like the $20 battle pass and the what's it called, the trade passes and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the UI in this game, but once you get things set up, it's not bad. Like it really isn't bad. I don't think anyway. It is clunky and like hard to navigate, so it definitely is a barrier to entry. Oh, I did see that the new Callan had some kind of like mechanic where when she dies, it enrages, heals, and does a bunch of like BS. Like all at once. It seemed pretty ridiculous. Lolly at level 1 through 80, but after fully awakened it's 2. Oh, so okay. They like made it like a lolly, but then the 2 and 3 is kind of like a, well, we know what Evertail does with their artwork from the Awakened, so I can imagine it got pretty lewd. Yeah, I appreciate it, Nathan. Yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to do content that I feel is not going anywhere, and I don't feel like Evertail. I don't feel like the devs care about their player base, and that's just kind of where I'm at with the game. I haven't really talked about it a lot with the community, but I really don't feel like the Evertail developers care about their player base, like at all, especially on this side, the Western side. They don't care. It's just what it feels like. One of these days I'll get a proper stream set up and I'll get some music playing. I got to get some headphones, so when I play music it doesn't go through the mic and then like causes all this nonsense. But I'm working on that. Hopefully this year I'll be able to cover maybe, you know, more games and have more content and more streams. So I'm really working on that. So hopefully we can get that set up. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for this year. Basically all good buffs or speculative. Oh, I get it. So basically when she dies, she just she gets everybody everything, like enrage, heal, armor, all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Collab. Hey Armin, welcome to the stream, bud. Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I know the collabs in games like this, it tends to be excuse me, still not 100% over this sickness or whatever I got. I'm not quite sure what I got, but I apologize about that. But yeah, I'm not sure why. I think it has to do with the fact that IPs, they don't own the IP for the collaboration, so they're probably limited on what they can do. Now, as far as why there's no sequence cores for them, I have no idea. And the cost of the collab units were absurd. I think overall it was a really bad design decision, and I don't know why. I'm hoping the new collabs going forward are better, but I think the collab event that just happened was kind of a disaster. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I can agree with you, Yo-Yo. Definitely. I like my favorite genre of games were like the turn-based JRPGs. Like I grew up playing them, man. I love it. All the turn-based stuff. I'm really looking forward to that Honkai Star Rail. That looks really promising. And honestly, I'm probably going to end up covering the Awaken Chaos game a little bit. I might boot it up here in a minute just to play it. It's turn based. It's kind of the combat really reminds me of Epic 7 with like some differences. You can't lap characters, which is good and bad. So you can have speed, but speed isn't as important as it is in Epic 7. You know, speed is king in Epic 7. You can lap characters. Like you have a character like Cerise, you just, you know, there's a lot that goes on. But it does look pretty promising, and it is turn-based. So, yeah, I'm probably going to check it out here soon and see what it really is about. A Yu-Gi-Oh gacha game. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh is something I never actually played. I played Magic the Gathering and, you know, a little bit of Pokemon. But I've never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh or watched the show for that matter. But that sounds interesting. But yeah, the collab event, I will say, like, I have no idea. I really have no idea what they were thinking with the collab event. You can't get marriage buffs to them, so no like extra crit damage, no extra HP, or, you know, nothing like that. It was really hard to get the talent level. Like if I would have known they were gonna remove Kaoru's what they called a discount, like it shouldn't have been a discount, it should have just been the normal price, I wouldn't have 6-starred. I 6-starred my Kaoru. I 6-starred my Kaoru, man. Because I was planning on, you know, dropping about 20 or 30 bucks to buy some more sequence cores to get them to talent level 8. And as soon as I was going to drop a little extra money, they bumped it back up. And I was like, you son of a gun. But yeah, the collab event was not done well. It was okay. They gave you a lot of talent resources, so if you weren't a new player, it was really good. It was really good for old players. But yeah, I could definitely see it not being new player friendly, and I think that's what's lacking in this game. They need more new player friendly and free to play friendly to invite, you know, more people in the game. Yeah, I think that RTA in Epic 7 is like one of the best things they ever did to that game. It adds a lot of replayability to the game. It adds like an element of skill because, you know, of course, if you're a new player or you're an someone who hasn't got a big roster yet, it's you're gonna get, you know, raffle stomped. But I do like the the game mode that they did. I think a lot more games would be better off if they had some kind of RTA style element. Like even like a game like Final Gear would be kind of fun if you could at least battle your friends, right? Stuff like that just adds like some kind of element of replayability and just an element of player created content. Like, so like in Final Gear, for example, if we could fight each other as friends, we could set up, like I could set up like a tournament and we'd get on stream and, you know, have a lot of fun doing that. And, you know, it would just be a lot of fun. So yeah, I've seen other like Epic 7 content creators and streamers. That's a thing they do. They'll make like a tournament style thing. You know, all that stuff is really fun. The one thing about Final Gear that I find very, very interesting, it has this weird sort of in between, whether it wants to be a main game or a side game. You know, the dailies and stuff take a little bit too long for it to be a side game, but there's not quite enough content for it to be a main game. So it's in this really weird in between, I feel. Hopefully they kind of figure out what they want to do with the game, but I need to start augmenting more of my gear. I have way too much purple gears. Look at this nonsense. Come on, there you go. We'll just do it that way. Stupid. Stupid. Epic 7 quite free to play for anything. I got RG characters, something like that. Yeah, Armin, I actually played Epic 7 for a while, honestly. I played it. I might, if I still have it on my BlueStacks, I'll boot it up and I'll show you my account. I played it for a while. It's a really fun game, and they did a lot of quality of life improvements and like the road maps that they did for like new players, where you can get a new character, a new 5-star character and things like that. And the characters that you're able to get from like just playing the game, like Carrot and, you know, etc., you know, makes the game very much free to play friendly. I agree. The problem with Epic 7 for me, and where it just doesn't grip me, is I got to a point, like this was before they released, you know, the new tower kind of event that they have, where the old running like the Wyvern 10, they didn't have the Wyvern 13, and that's about when I quit. But I played for about a year. It just lost me because the gear grind in that game is just, oh, it's such a headache. And I know now that they've made a lot of quality of life improvements to the game, right? So you can re-roll your substats and stuff, but it just, I don't know. For some reason, I just can't get into it anymore. It's strange. And it's sad because it's a really well polished game. It's probably still one of the best mobile gacha games out there. Like it's still a really good game. I just don't enjoy it for some reason. Well, if you look around here. Yeah, that's kind of the thing about it is Epic 7, when you're playing players within your own like gear range, it's super fun. But as you start climbing up the ranks, you start getting into those, you know, I think my highest speed character is only like 240 or something like that. It wasn't very fast. So yeah, there's no way I was going to be competing. And my biggest damage dealer was Luna at the time. I think I booted it up a couple months back, and I got a couple characters that are good. for I don't know. The problem with Epic 7 was like it's easy to get good characters, it's hard to gear them out. So I have like characters like OP Sigrid who would be great to use in PvP, but I can't really reliably farm Wyvern 13, let alone, you know, Banshee or any of the other ones. So it just feels too daunting for me to pick up and play again. It is very entertaining to watch, though. I'll admit that. Epic 7 is so entertaining to watch. But yeah, the loop for Epic 7, it's almost like an infinite gear grind, and I think that's where it loses me. Whereas in like Final Gear, for example, it is much less of a gear grind, but it's so much harder to get custom mechs. I don't think it's hard to get pilots. It's hard to get custom mechs. That's what loses people in Final Gear, because they didn't do a proper job of explaining how important custom mechs are, and the fact that it's almost required to have the custom mech. So like if you go for Tasia, for example, you really needed to get her custom mech. So I know a lot of people wasted resources because they're coming from other gacha games and they didn't realize if you don't get your custom mech in Final Gear, you know, the player's like half as strong, you know. How do I get... Hey Mafty, welcome to the stream. Hey Armando, greetings. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, doing the daily grind, man. How to get Ida, however you say that name. You're talking about I think she comes from, I think you can only get her from Dailies. I'll show you in a minute. Let me finish the stage up and I'll show you how to get her custom mech, and she's actually one of the hardest people to get, if I remember correctly, because it's so random how you get her. I ended up getting her and her custom mech though, so I'll show you what it looks like and everything. Yeah, Armin, that's the kind of thing. Like, I feel like Epic 7 was a much better version of Summoner's War, and there's still plenty of people that play Summoner's War. And Summoner's War was another game I just couldn't get into. For whatever reason. It's another well done game, but I just couldn't get into it. But yeah, I apologize guys, no music or nothing like that. Like I said earlier, I'm still working on trying to get I need to get some headphones, and I need to get some other things. I really want to try to get set up this year to do more streaming and more content. I'll probably start covering, you know, more games as well. I really want to try to expand a little bit more this year, but I do apologize for like the dead sound right now. It's just I guess I could put a little bit of the Final Gear sounds on, but it just kind of seems a little distracting to me. All right, so that should clear this mission up here, and we'll go look at it. Okay, that one's Chileno. So yeah, if you go here into the Arita region, I believe this is the one that you have to go to. Yeah. So you have to do the specific bounties in this one here. So when you go to do your bounties for the day, the 20, 20, or 40, if you're paying, go in here and do all of your dailies here, because this is the only way that you can get her specifically. So like Where's she at? I'm pretty sure I grinded everything for her. Yeah, there she is. So yeah, that's kind of what she looks like once you get her all decked out. I think she looks pretty cool. I don't think she's super useful, but I'll probably end up building her one day. But yeah, that's pretty much the only way to do it. So it'll take a while for you to get her, because when you go into like the special recruitments, as far as I know, it's pretty much impossible to get her from that. Yeah, Shadow. These it's welcome. Wait, hold on. Welcome to the D Cell ASM. I can't even say it. Welcome to the ASMR stream by D Cell. But yeah, I'll get set up eventually. I promise, guys. I'm working on it. But yeah, as you can see here, like when you go to the special recruitments, I'm pretty positive she's not. Yeah, see, she's not included in those at all. So you have to do those Arita dailies in order to get that specific unit. I've done Arita daily for 2 months. Let me 40 bounties. Yeah, it's I do how to put it, is it Hexel? Which one have I been grinding? Hexel, yeah. I've been grinding Hexel for 4 months because this is the one that gives Vire rate, and I'm slowly building my Vire rate off of stuff that I get, you know, from that. I'm not wasting my sequence cores or anything on her. And I think I've gotten Vire rate like maybe twice in 4 months of like straight farming. That's 40 bounties a day. And I've only gotten her like twice. So it's going to be really hard to get her, but I have gotten Chelino. Hold on a second. Hold on. There it goes. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I've gotten Chelino a lot, but I haven't gotten any Vire rates. So it can take a while to get the unit that you're looking for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think I played Summoner's War for like 10, maybe a combined of 10 hours. Is she useful? Well, I don't really think so. If I'm being honest. Let's go back to the hangar and we'll see her stats and stuff. So like her skills, like I don't think she's useful, one, because she's really hard to level up. But so like as you can see, I haven't leveled her up at all, but you know, she gets some crit chance and gives crit chance to your teammates, boost damage for all teammates, boost damage for all teammates, boost damage. Attacks have a 50% you know, chance of boosting crit chance for random teammate. Like, she's a good support unit. The problem with her is, why use her when you could use Natasha? Why use her when you could use Evelyn or Elizabeth or Snowy? That's the problem with Aida. Like, she's decent support, but why use her over so many other ones that aren't just better than her, but are easier to level and easier to modify and all that? Like, to me, she's just not worth the headache. Yo, Athens, how's it going? How you been doing? Welcome. Oh, wait. Bagel's video about new game. Yeah. But yeah, Armin, I don't really think she's worth it. I really don't. She's not worth chasing. For collecting purposes, maybe, but yeah. There's so many better units to use. And if there's any units that you want to see, like, I have a lot of units. So if you guys are like interested in seeing any of them, like, just let me know. I'll show it to him. I'll show you to him and talk about them if you have any questions on anything. I will say this, National War has gotten hard. Level 90, floor 90, yeah, and they just unlocked more floors today. So I'm barely gonna get floor 90 done this week, it looks like. So yeah, that's starting to ramp up too. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Been sick, you know. You might can still hear it in my voice a little bit, but yeah, I've been running a little bit of a fever and kind of feeling under the weather last about 4 or 5 days. But other than that, like, I've been doing great, man. Life's been good, no complaints. Mafty, are you talking about Aida or whatever her name is? I think she looks cool too. Like, I think the mech looks cool. I just think she doesn't really serve much of a purpose other than being like ridiculously rare to get. Like, it's an achievement just to get her by herself, really. Viorite and Natasha are definitely really cool. I think Natasha has one of the coolest designs in the entire game. I really do. Can't finish level 80. National War's tough, man. Yeah, it is really tough. It is super tough. Like, I was getting by with being able to wait a day and then attacking everything with my fodder teams, and then going in and attacking with my strongest team, reviving and attacking with my strongest team again, and that would clear everything. I was able to do this strategy all the way up until like level 70 or 75, and then after that it's been hard. It's been really hard. But I gotta say though, like, I do enjoy the game, but this event that this pathogen event has been absolutely a nightmare, honestly. So that's kind of what prompted me to make the video and just kind of get on here and talk to you guys. I'm gonna do more live streams going forward, and I'm gonna get set up, and I want to do more on the content creation side this year. So hopefully I can get that set up. It's kind of hard with a full-time job, so I'm working on that end too. I was, for those of you that don't know, there was a point in my time last year I was going to be moving out of state, but that didn't happen. So I'm still here where I was at. So I should be able to focus a lot more on content this year going forward. What's more important, augmenting mechs or upgrading the pilot? Both are very important. At first, your pilot. The first initial boost, what's going to give you the most mileage is your pilot. Your talent, getting a pilot to talent level 8 will give you the most mileage for sure. But then beyond that, you're probably going to get more out of augmenting it than you will getting it to 6-star, if that makes sense. Because once you get to stage 4 in the augment, you have 2 extra substats, which is crazy good. And then once you get it to 5-star, your base stats are even higher. So yeah. Armando, that is a good point. I often forget to mention this when talking about National War, but every Monday the boss, it resets to 100% health. So I'm going to be doing a guide on the national event here pretty soon, and I'll release it within a week or so. But yeah, it definitely resets every Monday. So you have to get the boss done or the stage done before Monday. Our node Dev, I heard about the event. They're sending out compensation. Yeah, Athens. That's the thing is they apparently a lot of people already got the compensation, but from what I've seen in Discord and on Reddit, it wasn't enough still. A lot of people are still getting stuck. They're still getting stuck again. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's been a mess. So like I see a lot of people got 20 processing cores and they still didn't finish the event. So what a mess. Yeah, Mafty, this pathogen event definitely sucked. Evangelion contribution was a weird event. Yeah, you know what was terrible about the Evangelion collab was that if you were on the American side, you didn't finish any of the restoration events because they didn't allow you to finish the event before moving forward to another one. If they would have just allowed you to finish events, then go forward, even if you wouldn't have gotten all of the restorations done, you know, at least we would have got something. But the fact that they just capped it off and then moved on and never let you go back was terrible. Terrible design. I hope Solveig is great even without a custom mech. And I know like when the game started, people just got tired of hearing her name to the point where a lot of people just went out and got who was the other like tank unit. I can't remember her name right now. And she's good. She was really good. She does a lot of damage and stuff, but as a free-to-play player, Solveig is king, man. Yeah, Athens, I'm stuck, man. I've been stuck since like the first day of the event. Like, no lie. I just oh, it's been so painful. Hey King, welcome to the stream. Yeah, as far as I know, they rerun banners now. You know, you gotta understand that the game in global is still very new. It's only been out for like 5 or 6 months. I think it came out in October, right? So hasn't been out long. They'll have rerun banners. I'm almost positive. Now how they do it, I'm not sure. And I'm sure when like Tasia, for example, gets her UR upgrade, they'll do a rerun banner for her. So I'm almost positive they'll have rerun banners. All gacha games have reruns, so we'll just have to wait and see how they roll it out. Oh yeah, Eloise, that was her name. Thanks, Armando. Yeah, Eloise is great. She has a high damage output, right? And she can taunt enemies away from you. And I remember a lot of people were just so tired of hearing how great Solveig was. Like I know a lot of people told me they were gonna get Eloise just to not have Solveig. But you know, if you just focused on Solveig and saved your crystals, I was trying to tell people you'd probably be better off on just saving your crystals, you know, and keeping Solveig. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I agree. Like, here's the thing with this event, right? I don't think it's a big deal in by itself. I don't think this event being so buggy is a big deal by itself. The problem is we've had buggy event after buggy event. They didn't really handle the collab event very well at all, in my opinion. They made the resource costs for leveling them up way too high. There was no reason for the modification to cost that much materials. Absolutely absurd. And then after all of this, we have an event that's been buggy for for a week. It's a 2-week event, and it's been a week and we can't even complete it. It's just kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, man. Like, you know what I mean? Luckily, it's just like some artwork and a little bit of resources. I would have been angry if we would be missing out on crystals. But luckily, you're right. It's just a tiny event. Hey, Armin, you said you're stuck at step 19. Does that mean you got some compensation or no? The Evangelion event and the event Lee Angle just... Yeah, Lee Angle, as far as I know, was kind of more or less like a surprise thing that happened, right? I don't know if she was supposed to be released that early or not, but they did. So that was kind of interesting. And also, I think the Nova banner was way too quick. There's still people that would want to, you know, spend some money to get Nova. A week is just not long enough. Give them 2 weeks. All right, what else do I got to do? What all do I have left? I think I'm just about done with most of my dailies. Hey, King, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the support. Really do. You know, thanks for watching and showing me support. But yeah, there's actually a lot of good characters in this game. That's actually one thing I really like about Final Gear. Like, take Alexa for example. I'm probably not going to pull on her, but she is a great unit. She can do good damage. She's good in PvP. She's just overall really good. But the thing to keep in mind with games like this is, you know, I wish this game had a better, clearer roadmap with what they're doing, because that would give like free-to-play players a chance to try to like map out how they're going to spend their crystals. So that's my main goal when I do a character review, is to try to give as much information as possible so you can, you know, make an informed decision on how to spend your crystals, because there's a lot of good and tempting units in this game. Where do I farm? Oh, the upgrade material. I'll show you the Felix here in a bit. I'll show you my Felix and how to level it up and stuff. Mafty. Yeah, the 20 pieces you sent. Yeah. Hey, awesome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this it not only has people not gotten it, they didn't get enough apparently. Hey Shadow, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I agree, Athens. I understand like kind of why they would do it, but at the same time, Western audience isn't the same as like the Eastern audience, you know what I mean? And we respond to things differently, and it just seems to be a little bit of a disconnect between how they run things in the East and how they're running things over here, right? So I think they need a little bit more support for the global side, and you'll probably see more people spend money on the global side. But right now, clearly the American servers aren't putting as much money into the game as other servers. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, honestly, like the way Western players tend to think is, if you see something that's like that big, like cost prohibitive, we tend to not go in at all, right? So if they would have like lowered that barrier, we probably would have seen more global players paying into the game, because then they would have felt like, you know, they were getting something for their money. But when you see like a big paywall, it just makes a lot of Western players go, nah, I'm not even giving them anything, because it makes us feel like they're greedy. It's just how it is. Yes, Armin, the Felix is super important. Actually, it's another thing I haven't really created a guide on, but it is super important. You're gonna get things like increased mech health, increased damage to bosses, increased, crit chance, attack damage on your stats, on your more HP and more attack on your equipment. Like, yeah, it's very, very important to upgrade your Felix. Like, I can't stress enough how important it is. In the American server, we have one player. I'll show the rank here. Give me a second. Are we almost done with this yet? Okay, we got one more fight. Yeah, after this fight, I'll show the ranking system so you guys can see that, and then I'll dive into the Felix, and we'll talk about the Felix for you, so you can see how that works. But yeah, there's actually quite a bit of people at 2 million power. I'm at 1.5 million, I think. I would be at 2 million already, but I kind of lost motivation to spend on the game and whale out for some of these. Like, I really kind of wanted to spend on Nova, but lost a little bit of motivation for that. So at the moment, I'm mainly saving for Lillian, and then I'm going to really push hard to get Morgan as well. And I'm trying to set it up to where when I get Morgan, I can run like Blade and Ren with my Morgan. Like, that's kind of what I have in my head, what I want to do. All right. So we'll go here to this rank. So yeah, there you go. Now you can see there's quite a bit of people over 2 million. About 11. There's 11 people. So not much, but they're there. And you got Winzia here, who has definitely whaled. They have definitely whaled. They're at 3.5. So it's people are spending money. I just feel like if they would just tweak their approach to global a little bit more, you would see more support for the game. All right, bub. So let's go into the Felix here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. When you go to the tech development, at the very top of every tree, like if you go to facility here, I haven't worked on it yet because I'm working on combat and common. But once you get to the very top of the facility tree, you're going to start seeing stuff like this. Increase the attack of light firearms, increase the crit chance of light firearms, attack of ranged weapons, heavy shields, increase pilot ray action. All of these red ones are going to be things that you need that's going to buff your account. Mech crit, damage, attack, stamina, HP, defense. Common has the pilot damage to boss monsters, all sorts of good stuff. Increase the attack of light melee weapons, which is great for Tasia, Ren, Blade, all those good strikers, Yeah, it's very important that you start filling that out. And then to really farm it, you're going to go to the advanced research here. You're going to go to like wherever you want. If you're going to go into the combat tree, go to combat prep. And this is how you're going to get the items that you need to level up your talents. This is also how you get, I haven't done it yet. I do need to, hold on. I need to roll some more into combat real quick. What do I want to do? We'll do food. I seem to have a lot of food. So basically, run those, and that's how you get these items right here, the Hone Tech Cores. You get the Hone Tech Cores from the research facility. And then for the most part, you're going to be wanting to run these things here, the advanced life support systems, because that's how you level up your rooms. And then eventually, once you get to level 5, you're going to have to make some of these, which will break it into an advanced stage, and then you can level it up 5 more times. So that's pretty much like a really quick breakdown on it, but definitely don't skimp on your Felix. It's important. All right, so let's see. Is it good to have 2 support or 1 on? Well, it depends on what kind of game mode that you're playing, right? And it also just kind of depends. Normally what I do is I run 2 supports, meaning I'll have like a defensive support and an offensive support. Like I'll show you what I mean. Like my main team is Rin, Kaoru, Snowy, and Liangle. Excuse me. So Snowy and Liangle obviously not doing any kind of damage. They're there purely for support, right? All my damage comes from Rin and Kaoru, and then I have a defensive support that's going to heal and provide shields, and then Snowy's there to make my Rin and Kaoru do more damage, basically. So most circumstances, that's kind of how you want to run it. But there are other like niche things like in PvP and some game modes that you might want to run it, like 3 DPS, or if you don't need heals. The thing about this game is you want to do as much damage as quickly as possible. So sometimes if you can get through a stage and not die, you might not need Liangle. So take Liangle out and put another damage dealer in, for example. Yes, Benson, we do have a Discord. There's a link in all my video descriptions down below. You can join. We have a Discord community open, and there's a Final Gear chat in there if you want to hit me up or talk to me outside of videos and streaming about it. I'm pretty responsive in the community. But yeah, there's definitely decent spending on the global side. I just feel like there would be more if they would just kind of tweak how they deal with the global player base just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm wondering what team strength needed to do harder stages in conflict zone. Couldn't finish the hard stage in one go. Yes. Hey, Erwin, welcome. And also, yeah, the conflict stages. I'll show you. Let's just do one real quick. I pretty much run hell right now on most of the conflict days. Let's see. I'll show you my account power. So this is my account power. This is my team that I use. This is the setup that I use. This is my Rin. I would probably get more mileage out of like Tasia for now, but as Athens stated, Morgan has a buff to her that does more damage, the same like units that she has on her team, and Rin will feed into Morgan and Tasia won't. That's why I'm focusing on Rin. That's the biggest reason why. And plus I just like her better than Tasia. I think she's just a more interesting unit to me. But yeah, buffs Morgan's damage, if I remember right, for every member in the same region as her, if I remember how Morgan works. But anyway, back to your question. Around 300,000 power was when I was doing like hard. I'm at like 7,500 or 750,000, excuse me. And I am able to clear hard in one shot. And in hell, I can usually get anywhere between 60 and 80% damage. It just depends on how much RNG goes my way with Rin. Because if I don't get Sakura marks very quickly, looks like we just crashed the game. If I don't get Sakura marks very quickly with Rin, then I don't do as much damage. That's pretty much how it works. So let's reboot real quick. Yeah, Rin, Blade, Liangle, Morgan is gonna be nuts. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's try that again. Let's see if it crashes again. So I can just kind of show you what kind of damage output you can expect. Missed Ren and Tasia, running Liangle, Blade, Nova, and Snowy at the moment. Planning on getting Morgan. I'm a bit lost. Okay, so you have Liangle, Blade, Nova, and Snowy. And you want to know who to replace that team with Morgan. Yeah, honestly, as far as like Ren and Tasia goes, you don't have to worry too much about it. Because Blade at the moment is going to be outperforming both of those units. I haven't got my Blade yet. I'm working on it. But so your current team is good. It's solid. And as far as who to replace, it's kind of tough, honestly. You're gonna want to keep. You're definitely gonna want to keep Liangle and Blade, and you could probably get rid of Snowy, honestly, in that circumstance. But either Snowy or Nova. But I feel like on most content, just replacing your Snowy with Morgan you'll probably have a much better damage output that way. And as long as your survivability with Liangle is good enough, it's probably better. Is it worth spending crystals to buy more inventory slots or recruit? It depends on your perspective, right? For me, I think it's worth it because after a while, like I'm not really spending my crystals. I'm just saving for, a specific unit. So for me, it's worth it. It just makes it slightly less of a headache. But for a free-to-play player, probably not worth it. How do I think they're gonna do Bernadette's mech? I'm not sure. Honestly, like Bernadette's okay. I find her to be pretty lacking in a lot of areas. I think she's fun to use and I love her design. She's one of my favorite design characters. But I don't know if they're gonna run a banner for her or not. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Morgan's attack is not straight. She's a bomber, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's gonna be yeah, with that, you're right. With that team, you're not gonna have any mid-range at all. But for the most part, you don't need mid-range on a lot of these boss type. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing about 88% damage. So almost 53 million damage at my current power level with my current team. I could min-max this more. I could actually min-max my Kaoru to output more damage. Hold on a second. Yes. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Where are they? Here, but I'm gonna be out in a minute. I'll be out in a minute, okay? Sorry about that, guys. All right, where was I at? Yeah, for the most part, you don't really need like if you're doing a boss like this, you kind of don't really need mid-range. But in PvP, it can definitely be an issue. I'm $40 and one part away from the server. Oh yeah, Bernadette's great, man. She's really good, but I feel like her damage potential just doesn't justify spending. I say that, but I have the whole top up reward like for her. But is she worth $200? Absolutely not. No, she's not worth $200. But she's fun to use, and I like her attack animations and her splash damage. She's fun. Yes, Yami. I really like Murasaki's. I really, really like Murasaki's design. And one of the cool things about her, I actually was able to get Murasaki without spending money in the game at all. So like if you see, I got all of her, level 60, pieces here. Let me lock them before I forget. Let me go to the battle pass. But yeah, I haven't bought the battle pass yet, but as you can see, I got her 100% free to play. Her gear, I got her really luckily from like one of the summons I did. So that was interesting. Any thoughts on Dolores? Is she worth upgrading? I haven't pulled Dolores yet. I purposely didn't pull for her. I'm hoping to like she'll spook me on one of the summons that I do. I haven't got her yet. I'm hoping her and Aya will just eventually come, because you do have a chance for them to show up. So I can't really say right now because I haven't tested her out, so I don't know. As far as I can tell, she's probably okay, but nothing to really write home about. But I don't really know because I haven't tested her out. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the battle pass is pretty much worth it. If you're a spender or a low spender, I think the battle pass is worth it. These right here, the textbooks and the wedding ring and the scatter modules and the critical crashes, like all of this makes it's at $20. It's good. That's a good deal in my opinion. So yeah, definitely not worth it. Or definitely worth it, I mean, in my opinion. And you get the added benefit of getting whatever mech, is there. And Murasaki just happens to be really, really well designed, I think. So, yeah, I really hope I get Aya. And from what I've heard, Aya has a really good UR coming later down the pipeline. So we'll just have to see. I want Dolores mainly for collection purposes, but if I do pull her, I'll probably, review her. I just haven't got her yet. I don't think there's really anything else for me to do on the dailies. I think we're pretty much wrapping up here. I got a couple more dailies to run. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions or whatever, let me know. We do have a Discord community down. It's always in the link in every one of my videos. You're welcome to stop by and ask me any questions about the game or other games. If you want to talk about other games, that's fine as well. I wouldn't worry too much about that, Armin. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'm sure they'll rerun her banner. So she's going to be getting a UR, and she's going to be a beast when she gets her UR. So that should be a good chance for you to get her custom mech. I don't know, when her UR is going to come out. I'm pretty positive we're going to get Lillian. This is my current theory. We're probably going to get Lillian before we get like Tasia and Rin and things like that. We're probably going to get a natural UR first, and we're probably might even have like another collab unit before then. But it's definitely coming, and I'm sure they'll rerun the banner. We have 40 bounties because of the trade passes. That's basically why. Yeah, it's the $9 pass, like the monthly pass. It gives you 20 extra bounties to do. Did I like Arknights? I thought Arknights was great. I played it for a while. I really enjoyed the game, but ultimately it wasn't for me. Like, I feel like at the current moment, my one of the issues that limits me as far as like doing content and things like that, I do have a full-time job, so I can't really have more than one main game to do at a time. And Arknights is very much a main game. Give me just a second, guys. Come on, bud. Come on. What you need, buddy?
You should fix my book here. Here's my fake book.
Okay.
It's a fake book. It's fake.
It's fake. Okay.
But you have to fix it.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you, Dada.
Love you too, bud. Sorry about that, guys. My son broke his book. His fake book. He wants me to fix. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. But hey Harvey, I appreciate you stopping by. Just want to drop by and say thanks for the advice. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me over the last year. I really appreciate it. But yeah, the monthly pass is definitely where you get those 20 extra bounties from. But going back to the Arknight thing, yeah, it's more along the fact that it's hard for me to have more than one main game at a time. So, you know, it just is what it is. Change secondary stats, level 6. Should work on Felix Tech. Am I missing anything? Okay, hey Armando. Yeah, definitely. The thing that, okay, so here's the thing about Rin. Rin's damage is going to be lacking if you currently compare her to like Blade or Tasia or Kaoru. She has much more survivability as far as straight out damage goes. Okay, now what makes Rin a little bit more RNG is the fact that she has to build up Sakura marks, and once she gets up to 20 Sakura marks, she's going to deal double damage. So that's where a lot of her damage output comes from, is those Sakura marks. So her damage output is not going to be as impressive, right, as Tasia, Rin, or Blade at the moment. Where she's going to really shine is once Morgan comes out. You can pair her with Morgan to make Morgan do damage while Rin also does, you know, comparable damage to Tasia, but probably a little bit less. That's her main draw. She's more beefy, and her attacks are more sweeping, and she will buff Morgan. That's kind of her thing, her claim to fame, I guess. Hey Steven, I appreciate you stopping by. You have a good one, man. But as far as what you're missing, feel like she doesn't hit as hard as you want. Well, how do you have your secondary stats leveled up? Because mainly she wants attack. And also, who are you pairing her with? If you're pairing her with somebody like Elizabeth, she's probably not going to be hitting as hard as if you paired her with somebody like Snowy, or if you could possibly get like a UR Natasha, she'd probably be doing pretty good damage too. Oh yeah, definitely. I think I kind of take that as a given, you know, to have your skills level up. But yeah, if you haven't leveled up your skills, definitely level up your skills. That makes a massive difference. Massive difference. Yeah, Felix, do light armor. Make sure you're getting like the boss damage. Make sure you're getting like the attack for the light, like the you know, all of the light armor attack and stuff like that. Make sure that you're beefing up her substats to do attack, crit damage, mainly attack and crit damage. You definitely want attack and crit damage. Stack as much attack and crit damage on her as possible, basically, and you'll start seeing some pretty good numbers. Here's your book, buddy.
Did you fix it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
You're supposed to fix this part.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take this part off.
Oh, you want me to take it off completely?
No, I want you to take it.
Okay. Here. There you go. Take it away. Alrighty. So yeah, as far as Rin goes, you have to understand that she's going to not have as high as a damage output as like Rin, or as like Tasia, Blade, Kaoru, things like that. Nova is probably even Alexa at this point with her custom mech. Kalru definitely, Tasia, sure, Blade definitely. They're all going to outperform Rin at the moment in damage. If you're building a unit like Rin, you really are building her for her future prospect, which is going to be paired with Morgan. If you're going all in on Rin, you're definitely going to want to save for Morgan, is what I would suggest.
I think I found tape.
All right, let's get some tape going on up here so we can tape this book back up.
Yeah, I need my book.
Yeah.
It's a fake. I could scare Mama in my book. It also can be a pair of wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
There you go, buddy. It's all fixed. But definitely Rin is much more she's good though. Like as I've shown you, she can do very good DPS. It's just not going to be the best currently. But she's still definitely viable even in her current form. And when her UR comes out, she'll do more damage and she'll buff Morgan. So that's why I haven't built Tasia. I'll probably eventually go on to building her, but there are going to be better units in the future. What is it? PN99 is another UR that's going to be coming out eventually. Ayakujo is going to be having a UR that's really good from what I've seen. So there's tons of units to use in this game. You don't have to get solely focused on one, but do keep in mind though, Rin is excellent. You just want to make sure that you're pairing her with a good support because her damage will lack. What support are you using, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, she buffs Morgan. So basically, the more characters in your team that Morgan has that's in the same region as Morgan, she gets buffed. So Morgan herself does more damage. So that's why you pair her with somebody like Rin. You're going to pair her with like Rin, Blade, and Liangle, for example. And then Morgan's going to be max buff out and going crazy. So yeah. But all right, guys, I'm probably going to have to get off here. This is all my bounties for today. My son's getting real antsy in the background, so I'm gonna have to go get him some food. I'm sure he's hungry. So he keeps sneaking in here because I think he's just trying to get some attention. So I'm gonna have to bolt here real soon. But I'm pretty sure that's it, guys. If you have any other questions, just let me know real quick before I log out. And we'll do this again. I'm going to start trying to do more streams. I'm going to try to get it set up so we can have some music, you know, and just overall more pleasant experience. Try to really get, you know, some more content flowing within this coming year. So current team investing as Rin, Liangle, Snowy, Trita, Alexa. That's a really good team. That's a really good team. So that's probably why you're thinking Rin is not hitting as hard as you want, because you have Trita and Alexa who are excellent damage dealers. So yeah, your Rin's not going to be, they'll be on par, but not on you know, on the same level at the moment. You have to, like, again, Rin's, like, a lot of people put her high in the tier list because of her compatibility with Morgan. So keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to end it from here. I really appreciate everyone for, you know, stopping by and talking with me and doing dailies with me. So you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.